is, are you trying to reach your goals through action or through emotion? Now, this is something I tend to see quite a lot, even with my own clients, is the thing that happens is sometimes we get so caught up in the requirement to feel like we're struggling or like something is difficult that we spend a lot of time up in our head and in our emotions. And this then gives us the perception that we're trying hard. The catch-22 is, as we know, we don't actually start seeing the results that we want until we start taking action. But whilst we're stuck in that state of the mental chaos and the emotional cascade that comes from that, often we feel physically like we're putting in an effort. Even though we're not moving around doing the thing and putting in the required effort, that emotional drain on the body makes us feel like we're trying really hard. It's like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard. But what it is we're so desperate to see a result that we end up getting so caught up in the emotion that it feels like we're trying hard. And because of this desperation, we then quite often end up doing things that aren't actually going to take us toward our goal, or they actually move us further away. So for example, when it's weight loss, we end up doing silly crash diets or extreme training programs. When it comes to business, we start doing things like, excuse me, sorry about that. When it comes to business, we start doing things like rush marketing and like spamming people and things like trying to elicit this immediate response, because it's like, oh my God, I need to get to the money, or I need to get to the fat loss, so I must do this thing in this particular way. And then we do that and obviously realize that, oh shit, this maybe yields a short-term like blip of a result, but it doesn't ever lead to the long-term sustainable result that we truly want. So then we end up again heightening that emotional state and feeling even worse in relation to our goal and our progress, because we're too caught up in our mind, too caught up in the emotion, rather than actually in the action. Because the problem that we have, when we get caught up in emotion, we start to ignore the data. I've been like this myself, and I think I've spoken to you guys about this myself, about this in relation to myself with my own marketing, where I would set a particular marketing budget for ads, for example. And then if you don't get that immediate result, you start worrying about how much you're spending and how much it's costing, and seeing it as a cost rather than an investment that you're going to get a return on. And it's the same with our effort when it comes to trying to get the results that we want in our body and our health. Sometimes because that result isn't immediate, we get caught up in the emotion of the effort rather than the data. It's like, well, am I really trying hard enough? Am I really doing the things I need to do to actually get this particular outcome that I want? Whether it's weight loss or building muscle or reversing chronic disease and illness such as high cholesterol, diabetes, and high blood pressure, things like that. They can all be reversed 9 times out of 10. But we get so caught up in the struggle and the virtue of the struggle that we end up feeling like we're trying harder than we really are when we take a step back and look at the facts of what we're actually doing. So that's my question for you guys. Something for you to reflect on a Thursday evening is just to have a sit with yourself for a few minutes and kind of think, well, am I invested more in the emotional state that I'm creating from this struggle, or am I actually taking action and it just turns out that this thing is quite challenging and quite difficult to achieve? Or am I just perceiving that because of the mental and emotional state that I keep putting myself in through my desperation to reach this goal? Thanks for watching, people. As always, drop your comments below if you have any, or if you have any questions, of course, drop them below also, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, people.